In the name of Allah, the most merciful and beneficent. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Today I have brought MCQs, rather detailed MCQs from Elizabethan drama, that is Volpone, written by Ben Jonson. There is a detailed copy of MCQs here. Starting from the very first, by which of the following names does Volpone refer to his treasure, that is his money, in Act 1, Scene 1? And the correct option is my saint. He refers his treasure as my saint. Next is, what do envious people, according to Volpone, call Musca? All the envious people. According to Volpone, the people are envious of Musca's personality because he was close to Volpone. That's why they call Musca as a parasite, as Musca is his close confidant. Next is, the legacy hunters bring the following gifts. Now, if you remember, all the people, the legacy hunters who expect all the property of Volpone, they bring different gifts for him. And what do they give? A diamond, gold plate, a pearl, a necklace, some fruit, a gold plate, a vial of medicine, a pearl, and a diamond, a vial of medicine, a pearl. So the correct option is a gold plate, a vial of medicine, and a pearl. Then vulture, translated into English, means vulture, parrot, crow, peccadillo. Now the correct option is vulture. To whom does Celia toss a handkerchief? Now, if you remember, she tosses her handkerchief to Volpone. But Volpone at that time, you must remember, disguised as Cotomontua. Corbaxio's son is named as Bonario in the play. The correct option is Bonario. What civic function does Scrutinio serve in Venetian state? It is the Senate's meeting chamber. The correct option is Senate's meeting chamber. Who is Musca's surprise witness at the first Scrutinio hearing, when there was a court and it was the scene in the court and the hearing going on, when Lady Politic would be, she suddenly appeared and it surprises Musca. What is Corvino's punishment at the play's conclusion? Now, what was the punishment given to Corvino? And the correct option is, he will be rowed around the Grand Canal with donkey's ears on his head, then have his eyes beaten out with stinking fish, bruised fruit, and rotten eggs. Then the next statement is, Volpone primarily aims to satirize which of the following vices? Now, the main theme of the play Volpone is greed. So, it is to satirize greed. In the prologue, Jonson declares his hope that the play will, in the very beginning, in the play, in the prologue, the writer himself hopes that his play will make his audience both laugh and cry, entertain and educate his audience, make his audience forget their troubles, insult his audience prejudice and stupidity. And the correct option is entertain and educate his audience. So, there is an entertainment and there is a lesson for the readers. The next is, in his soliloquy in Act 3, Scene 1, Musca says that he hates being a parasite, that he is not a parasite, that he doesn't understand the word parasite. And the correct option is that the entire world is made of parasites and subparasites. It is his idea. Muska says that he is not to be blamed for it, because the entire world, the people, they do the same act in the world, like the entire world is made up of, it is composed, the very world is composed of parasites and subparasites. In the end, the play seems to side primarily with which character's belief system. So, the correct option is Celia. English audiences saw Venice as a symbol of which of the following? Honesty and prosperity, decadence and moral corruption, military strength, Christian ideals. And the correct option is decadence and moral corruption. In his speech in Act 1, Scene 1, Volpone uses language that draws heavily on the vocabulary of which of the following human endeavors? Politics, the law, religion, science. Volpone uses language on the vocabulary of religion. After Voltaire's speech, one of the judges pronounces that "'tis pity two such prodigies should live." To which two people does he intend to refer? And his statement is an example of what literary device? Now, "'tis pity two such prodigies should live" is talked about Benario and Celia, and it is dramatic irony. In Act 5, Scene 4, Sir Politic hide in a casket made out of what? If you remember, it was made out of tortoise shell. Which action does Sir Politic seem to decide on after his humiliation at the hands of Peregrine? So he decides that when he gets insult from Peregrine, he decides to return home to England. Where is Volpone living? Volpone is living in Venice. The scene is set in Venice. Nano, Castron and Androgeno speak in heroic couplets, rhyming couplets in iambic pentameter. According to the skit acted by Nano, Castron and Androgeno, the soul of Pythagoras ended up in the body of Androgeno. Remember this thing. What gift did Voltaire give to Volpone so that he can win Volpone's favor in getting Volpone's property returned to him? So he brings an antique gold plate. Voltaire gives an antique gold plate. What gift did Corbaxio give to Volpone so that he can win his favor in getting property returned to him? He brings the Venetian coins, and Venetian coins are called sequins. What gift did Corvino give to Volpone so that he can win Volpone's favor in getting property returned to him? Corvino brings pearl and diamond. Scotomantua is the name of the disguised Volpone. You must know that Volpone disguised himself as Scotomantua in order to sell drugs. What did Volpone try to sell for just 6 pence? He sold potion. That was a medicine. Who placed his handkerchief so that Volpone may rub some potion on it? Musca, Nano, Celia, Corvino. And it was definitely Celia. Who spread false rumors against Scotomantua? It was Alessandro Button. What is the name of the son of Corbaxio who rescued Celia from Volpone? And he was Benario, the one who rescued Celia and took her away. Who was brought by Musca as the prime witness that confesses Celia as a prostitute? And it was Lady Politic would be. Who was to be rowed through the canals of Venice wearing donkey's ears? It was Corvino. Who wrote Volpone or the Fox? The writer of Volpone is Ben Jonson. In which category do you find the play, whether it is comedy, tragedy, romance? So the correct option is it is comedy. What device does the author use to create the play? Play within the play, comedy of humors, or soliloquy? And the correct option is comedy of humors. What is the name of Bonario's father? And the name of Bonario's father is Carvaxio. What is Scotto of Mantua's profession? He was a mountebank. What does the name of Volpone mean? The very word Volpone means the fox. What ancient poet does Jonson quote in the epistle? It was Horace. What, according to Jonson, is the principal end of poesy? And the correct option is to inform men in the best reason of living. What does Musca's name mean in Italian? Musca's name in Italian means fly. What does vulture's name mean in Italian? And it is vulture. What does Carvaxio's name mean in Italian? It is a raven. What does Corvino's name mean in Italian? That is crow. What do the names of vulture, Carvaxio, and Corvino all have in common? They refer to birds of prey. That is vulture, crow, and raven. How is Musca referred to throughout the play? He is referred to as parasite. What does the acrostic poem in the argument spell out? Acrostic poem, it spells out Volpone. What poet does Jonson poke fun at in the prologue? He pokes fun at Shakespeare. How much time did Jonson supposedly spend writing Volpone? 5 weeks. Remember this. Whose laws does Jonson claim to observe in the prologue? That is Aristotle. The correct option is B, Aristotle. What is setting of Volpone? The setting is Venice. What is the first thing that Volpone does when he wakes up in the morning? He greets his gold, calling his treasure a saint. What pun does Volpone make in referring to his gold? Son of Saul. How does Musca earn his nickname? That is Parasite in the opening scene of the play. And it was due to the reason that he interrupts Volpone and sucks up to him. What metaphor does Volpone use to describe how he cons his clients? So the cherry knock against their lips. This is a metaphor which he uses to con his clients. Which of the following is not the name of one of Volpone's entertainers? So Nano was one of them, Androgeno, Castron. They are there, but Gordo is the one who is never to be found in the play Volpone. What is the subject of Nano's recitation in 1.2? That is Act 1, Scene 2. So, Nano's recitation is about the transmigration of Pythagoras' soul. This was all in detail about the play Volpone written by Ben Jonson. I thank you all. I hope you won't forget to press like button, then share it and subscribe it. I'll be grateful to you. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.